Welcome back, everybody. Today being Monday, 3 days away from Thanksgiving. There's been some turn of events. We're going to be talking about some changes that have been happening and the recent events with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and also talking about what's going on in the gig economy this holiday season, especially now being 3 days away from Thanksgiving. So let's get to it. So to begin with, the whole thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene, I had some viewers saying that the fight between Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene, it was just a game, it was just a theater to trick the Democrats to vote for her. But in reality, the drama was real because she's actually resigning, and there it is.
Hi, everyone. I've always represented the common American man and woman as a member of the House of Representatives, which is why I've always been despised in Washington, D.C., and just never fit in. Americans are used by the political industrial complex of both political parties, election cycle after election cycle, in order to elect whichever side can convince Americans to hate the other side more. And the results are always the same. No matter which way the political pendulum swings, Republican or Democrat, nothing ever gets better for the common American man or woman. The debt goes higher, corporate and global interests remain Washington's sweethearts, American jobs continue to be replaced, whether it's by illegal labor or legal labor by visas or just shipped overseas. Small businesses continue to be swallowed by big corporations. Americans' hard-earned tax dollars always fund foreign wars, foreign aid, and foreign interest, and the spending power of the dollar continues to decline. The average American family can no longer survive on a single breadwinner's income, as both parents have to work in order to simply survive. I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. If I am cast aside by the president and the MAGA political machine and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can never ever relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. There is no plan to save the world or a 4D chess game being played. When common American people realize and understand that the political industrial complex of both parties is ripping this country apart, that not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country, and instead the reality is that they, common Americans, the people, possess the real power over Washington, then I'll be here by their side to rebuild it. Until then, I'm going back to the people that I love, to live my life to the fullest as I always have, and I look forward to a new path ahead. I'll be resigning from office with my last day being January 5th, 2026, and I look forward to seeing many of you again sometime in the future. May God bless you all, and may God bless America.
This, for me personally, my opinion is that here is a person that can actually do or bring out or point out some of the real issues that are going on right now. The whole thing with the economy, focus on the American people right now, because we're seeing that a lot of the projects has nothing to do with the American people. Most of it, it's about overseas and stupid bullshit projects that have nothing to do with the American people. Enough said. And nothing going on with the prices, not helping with the economy, not helping with the inflation, and it's getting carried over to the gig economy. And let's talk about that, the gig economy, especially with Doordash. This year has been the worst holiday season, in my opinion. And if I have to back this up, I have a lot of people, delivery drivers in the comments, have expressed the same opinions as well. And also, you need to watch Aaron's gig. Look at his video where he talks about Doordash. where Aaron's gig, he's a pro in this. He's a pro. He's not somebody that started yesterday. He's got way more than 10,000 deliveries just on Doordash alone. So he's been doing it for a while. And he's been killing it with Doordash. And he shows you how much he makes per week. Way over $1,000 a week on Doordash. And recently, he showed on the Doordash app what he made for the week. It was $300. He says the oversaturation that's going on, the payouts are lousy, they're not paying, not that many orders are coming in. There you go. And he also said the same thing about Instacart. Lousy payouts, not even worth to take. That's why he started a part-time job. Because the money that he's making now with DoorDash, less than minimum wage. Where Kim's Side Money Plan says that delivery drivers make anywhere between 15 and 30. Well, Aaron told everybody in his video, less than minimum wage. And that's pretty much the same in my area too. On my location where I do the same thing. But there's been some retaliation in my area between drivers and Little Caesar and Panda Express. Usually when you go to Little Caesars, like I said in the past, you'll see like 20 to 50 people. Not all drivers. There are regular customers and delivery drivers mixing together. And you'll see that many people there, especially on Sundays when there's NFL, there's football, and also Friday and Saturday. There'll be that many people. And the same thing with Panda Express. And Little Caesar will put the gig orders at the bottom of the barrel. The same thing with Panda Express. And Panda Express even said so. We take care of the drive-through, the customers that are waiting in line inside, then we'll get to the gig economy orders. They even said so themselves. And especially with Panda Express, when you see about 10 to 15 drivers sitting around for hours waiting for offers. Guess what I'm seeing now? The shelves at Panda Express, they'll be full of orders. There'll be like 7 to 10 orders are sitting in the shelves waiting for drivers to pick them up, because you have two sections. You got the far left, which is for the gig drivers, and then the very far right is where customers are ordering and standing up in line to order their stuff. So when I drove by the other day, I noticed 2 delivery drivers are standing around at Panda Express. And the shelves are all full of orders. Little Caesars, where you see drivers up the wazoo, standing around for hours. 3 people yesterday. I had to drive by Little Caesars because I was picking up a different order from another restaurant. And it was near the Little Caesars. So I had to drive by there because it's on the way. It's in the same row of restaurants. So while I was driving by, I looked inside. 3 total people are waiting to pick up either an offer, or maybe 1 or 2 of them were drivers. Compared to the 30 and 40 and 50 people. Like I said, not all drivers, but customers and delivery drivers in the mix. The retaliation is real. The drivers had enough of the BS. They learned by now what the hell is going on with Little Caesars and Panda Express. They had enough of sitting there for hours and hours and hours on end, and especially the offers that are paying for Little Caesars and Panda Express are ridiculous. Because these are the DoorDash most average offers right now. $5 payouts total, including base pay and tip. 2 customers, $10. $5 a piece. What the hell is going to go to Little Caesar and Panda Express and sit there for an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, for $5? Or go pick up 2 Little Caesar offers for $10. Or pick up 2 Panda Express orders for $10. Sometimes it's 9 for 2, 11 for 2. Who's going to do that in their right mind? They were doing it before because they oversaturated the market with new drivers. Now these new drivers, it's been a couple of months or more, now they realized that it ain't worth it. So now the orders are backed up, both places, and they're just sitting around. Customers are calling, where's my orders? How do I know? They're busy as hell. I see them on the app. Yesterday, Sunday, football. A lot of games going on. First order comes in, Little Caesar. Second order comes in, Little Caesar, reject. Payouts are lousy. And even if the price is a little bit decent, you're still not going to wait 45 minutes to an hour. Not for that much time. Maybe for 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, that's fine. 45 minutes to an hour, that payout is not worth it. I'm sorry. Same thing with Panda Express. Yesterday being Sunday, I was getting Little Caesars back to back. And then I was getting those 2 customers per offer, where they batch 2 offers, together, or 2 orders together. It'll be Little Caesars and CVS. Or Little Caesar with Walgreens. Little Caesar with a shop and deliver from the supermarket. Little Caesar and KFC. The next one, Little Caesar and Panda Express. 2 double whammies with lousy payouts. Nobody wants to do those offers anymore. They learned. They're retaliating now. And how much you want to bet they're going to start sending their managers now every day? Because you never see managers present in these locations. The workers are running amok. They're running around like chickens with their heads cut off. They don't know what the hell to do. Now I bet you that they're going to be sending managers there and assistant managers there to try to take care of the situation. How much you want to bet? That's why I prefer to go to other restaurants where they know how to do their shit. Pizza Hut is a good example of knowing how to do their shit. And they're busier than Little Caesars. But they know how to run the program. Little Caesars, they don't. Panda Express, they don't care. I bet you they're going to care now. Now that orders are sitting on the shelves for hours, nobody's picking them up. Now, not with these payouts, they are. They're not going to be picking up orders for $5 and $6 a customer for Panda Express and Little Caesar. Not happening anymore. Period. And now they're starting to feel the pain. It was about time. Well, eventually that was inevitable. These people never went to business school to figure this shit out. But that's what happens when you do shit like that. So it bit him in the ass. Little Caesars got bit, and Panda Express is getting bit too. There you go. And you need to watch Aaron's gig. He talks about how lousy the payouts are with Doordash and also Instacart. And he's in a bigger location. And he's been killing it there. And in my location, it's a little bit smaller. But still, it used to pay a lot more than it's paying right now. Instacart, I used to do about 10 to 15 deliveries a week. On average. Last week, I did 2 orders with Instacart for the whole week. Their payouts are so bad, the tips are horrible, and there it is. The only thing I actually, which is usually on dinner, because Uber Eats is the dinner app. Okay? They still do not hold as many offers like DoorDash. DoorDash has most of the market and most of the orders, but the payout's a little bit better when you get them. So when you get a double customer order for 2 customers, you'll see a payout from Uber Eats like $16 to $20. Compared to DoorDash, $10 for 2 customers, $9 for 2 customers, $8 for 2 customers, $11 for 2 customers. And drive up to 10 miles. Uber Eats, $16 to $20, and short distances, 4 miles, 5 miles, 6 miles. I don't know why DoorDash doesn't have customers anywhere between 1 mile to 5 miles. It seems constantly I'm getting these 10-mile deliveries with DoorDash. I guess they're sending the very decent shortcut of a distance of offers to like maybe the platinum drivers. But there it is. Now you might say, what about your ratings? My ratings are the same as they were last year. And I was doing great last year with the same ratings that I have right now. It's the same exact ratings. It's the same, guys. It's the same ratings. Because last year I came back to Uber Eats and DoorDash because I left Spark. My ratings were all-time low last year on both Uber Eats and DoorDash. And I was doing a lot better last holiday season. So there it is. Enough said. And also people in the comments for the past couple of videos that I made in the past, they left their opinions as well. They're seeing their markets being dead. They're not making as much as they did last year as well. And we're still going to have those people that they're saying that they're doing great. And that's good news to hear. We need that. Because let's say in my state, everybody's doing bad. They're gonna skip the whole state. They're gonna cancel it. Look at Grubhub, what Grubhub did. Grubhub used to be all over the place in Arizona. And now they're down to half the metro area of Phoenix. Where they used to cover the whole metropolitan area, now they only cover half. That's it. We do not want to see that with Uber Eats and DoorDash and Instacart. And even with that, DoorDash already has. There used to be DoorDash for offers and delivery drivers up in Flagstaff. Gone. They used to be in Tucson. Now they only do north of Tucson. South of Tucson, gone. They used to be up in Prescott, gone. And they used to be in other locations. They're gone. They left. They're not making any money. So we do not want to see that happening. So yeah, it's a good thing that some drivers are in some locations are doing great. Because otherwise, they'll just say the hell with the state. We'll just stay with the other states that are making money. And we noticed that in the stock market, recently DoorDash stocks went down minus more than 30%. You can't say that, well, we hear that from other content creators in the past. Oh, you were talking about bad about DoorDash, but their stocks are going up and up. Well, now the reality and the fact is their stocks are under 30% down, minus. Big drop. And that's what I'm seeing right now out there. They're not paying. They're not paying for these offers. And drivers stopped going and picking up these offers. They were before. But they had all these new drivers, oversaturating the market with new drivers. Now they're not new anymore. They've been doing it for 2-3 months now. They're seeing that what they're doing and picking up lousy payouts and waiting around 45 minutes to an hour, they said, the hell with it. They had enough of it. It ain't worth it. So where they thought that they were going to rely on new drivers because they don't know any better, that can only last for so long. And the evidence are showing right now. What else is there to say? So with that, I'll let everybody go. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. There it is.